Hey, are you Homo sapiens? Do you listen to podcasts? Then we've got a podcast for you. Try out Alien Robot Tiger, a show not really about aliens, robots, or tigers, but about all sorts of other things, we promise. Look us up on your favorite podcast app or site today.
Hello, humans. This is Alien. Joined with you are my two friends, Robot and Tiger.
Hello.
Hello. Coming to you via Audacity, via some sort of streaming platform, not via Skype. Though Skype would be excellent if this was video. I've heard good things about Skype from about 6 or 7 years ago. It was top of the line. And so I recommend, if you are traveling back in time, look up Skype back when it was good.
Whenever I think about Skype, I think about those giant dinosaur skeletons that the humans keep in those places called museums. It's a beautiful thing to witness, and when you see it, you're like, wow, that must have been impressive a long time ago.
I know, right?
Yes, but today's episode is not about Skype or dinosaurs. It is indeed about humans, human cuisine, and human food. Brought to you, of course, by Whole Foods.
All over the planet, species are losing habitats, being endangered by human activities, being poached, eroded, degraded, and endangered. The World Wildlife Fund estimates that 2,000 new species become extinct every single year. If this makes you sad, we have a treat for you today. We at Tiger Joe's are releasing a brand new line of flavored meats: pangolin flavored pork, Hyrola flavored goat, white rhino flavored beef, and more. A safe, easy, and all organic way to get those flavors we might otherwise lose forever. Available for online purchase while supplies last. Safe for human consumption, no endangered species were further endangered by this project. Call your government about upholding the Endangered Species Act and similar protections.
So, Tiger, Robot, I have so much I could say about human food, but I want you two to perhaps tell me, what are your takes on human food and cuisine?
One of the weirdest things I think about humans and their eating habits is their use of utensils, particularly silverware, particularly Oneida silverware. Oneida Silverware is a company that was founded in the 1850s by a actual sex cult, and people are still buying Oneida Silverware.
Are you a human? Are you sick or just sick of things? Ask your doctor to prescribe new, longer-lasting Petrosudopharmacoronafil today. Side effects may include external bowel syndrome, leaky fingers, bone loss, hair growth, hair loss, desucification, numeracy, eye reversal, organ mobility, genital multiplication, sanguinity, passive aggression, impersonal crisis syndrome, marrow-filled dilapidation, thrombolysis, and sentient tumors.
For me, when I first heard about eating, when I was being, my networks were being arranged and integrating, there was this thing called eating carpet, and I thought that was bizarre, and so I delved into it, and it turns out it's actually a sexual thing, not a food thing. And that led to research on human procreation, which I've mentioned before, that thing that they're fascinated with. And one of the main things I found in looking that up is if you're going to be attempting procreation but don't want the byproducts, then you can make like a person pretending you're hiding in a wooden horse and use Trojan condoms. Which is that the reference? Or
That, I believe, is the reference.
so you don't want people hectoring you about all the kids and STDs you're having. So you perhaps should go on your next sexual odyssey with Trojan condoms.
Fascinating.
As wise as Odysseus.
Perhaps before you go on your next sexual odyssey, a fine candlelit dinner would be a good thing for humans to engage in before, eating the carpet, as the kids these days call.
Hello, humans. Do you take Petrosudopharmacoronafil but are experiencing the nasty side effects? Try xenopharmapropine, guaranteed to remove up to 99.9999999% of side effects from Petrosudopharmacoronafil. Now available over the counter at most corporate-owned super chain stores. Life is already difficult. Don't make it any harder on yourself. Side effects may include sleepiness, loss of appetite, increased sensitivity to light, weight loss, weightlessness, visions of the future, alexithymia, improvements in general mood, skin turning green, angina, perforated Mennings, alien birth syndrome, bouts of clarity, sexual attraction to tigers, erectile dysfunction, swelling of the tongue, depression, lower back pain, melena, dizziness, gonorrhea, and Stoneman disease. Do not take in combination with laxatives.
And interesting, I have heard rumor, a company, you've heard of the like animal-free meat, but you're saying eating carpet back when we were all on the presumption that they were eating the covering of a floor, jogged my memory of this company selling inorganic vegetables, which seems truly shocking as like what nutritional value. I haven't gotten my paws on any of this inorganic vegetable, but I just wonder what's in it. Like, the meatless meat is one thing, disgusting, but interesting. But inorganic vegetables, I don't really see any value in.
Like synthetic or petroleum-based, perhaps?
But petroleum-based would still be carbon, so on some level it would be organic, maybe? Organic chemistry. I would imagine it's like silica or plutonium or something. Maybe you would get a lot out of inorganic vegetables.
I'll have to look those up at Costco next time I'm getting some 10W30 samples.
Petroleum-based food. Does that mean that Trojan condoms would be edible?
I have tried eating them, and I don't think edible is the right word.
Are you bound by the chains of xenopseudopharmapropine? It's time to reclaim your life from the endless clutches of addiction. If you've been trapped in the web of xenopseudopharmapropine, there's hope. Introducing anti-xenolaxidase, the antidote to set you free. Rediscover your true self, break the chains of synthetic euphoria, and embrace a life untethered from artificial highs. Side effects may include gravity deficiency, semaphore, spontaneous interpretive dance, unexpected proficiency in ancient Sumerian, irresistible urges to debate existential philosophy with inanimate objects, and nostril glitter eruptions. Users may experience a supernaturally heightened sense of humor, an irrational fear of googly eyes, and uncanny ability to communicate with houseplants. Please consult your pet psychic if you notice an increased understanding of meows or barks. Anti-xenolaxidase is not responsible for your obsessions with collecting toenail clippings or the development of karaoke addictions. Users may also experience a sensation of time traveling backwards every time they blink, leading to nostalgia for events that haven't happened yet. Use responsibility and beware of potential encounters with interdimensional beings.
It's strange. So many of the humans that I have willingly taken into my lair, spaceship, for study have had condoms in their stomachs, particularly the humans that I take from the US-Mexico border area. So many people have condoms in their stomach. They're usually full of other things like cocaine, lead bullets, stuff like that. So I figured that maybe it was part of their diet in that part of region of the world. I'm not quite sure.
Maybe there's a type of human that ejaculates cocaine. That's why they call it a blowjob. All these things coming together. Coming together.
I've not met that human yet, but I would be interested to meet them.
I'll bet they're the life of the party.
Speaking of ridiculous stories about humans, there was a podcast that I was listening to recently, listening to it on my Beats headphones. Well, Tiger, I think it'd be more interesting to actually hear you say something than to listen to me regurgitate another human's bullshit. Speaking of bullshit, one of the most common fertilizers for human food. If we want to discuss the history of human food and fertilizer, this would be a good segue from our previous episode on agriculture.
Do you feel betrayed by your body, your family, and your physician? Did someone recommend to you a medication like pharmacronofil because it changed their life for the better, but now you feel trapped in a pit of side effects and new medications like xenopseudopharmapropine, risperidone, and anti-xenolaxidase? We at Green Dragon Rehab and Revitalize believe that you should be able to live a happy, healthy life with no daily routine of unpronounceable mystery pills that hurt you when you take them and hurt you more when you try to stop. With an enlightened blend of cutting-edge psychology, traditional medicines, meditations, and movement to return you to the organically healthy body you remember having. Side effects may include inner peace, quitting your day job, listening to the Grateful Dead, polygamy, growing your hair long, allergies to bad vibes, channeling ascended masters, performing occult rites, temporary possession by gods, an idiosyncratic psychedelic habit, anti-estrogenic apotheosis. Join us for an introductory retreat in any season or a residential treatment starting when your personal transits are right.
So, continuing on with the history of human food, continue on with, condoms and blowjobs and eating carpets. One of the things that I find very fascinating is the links between humans in their mythologies between agriculture, food, and fertility. And one of the things that always fascinated me was one of the ancient Egyptian gods that had a perpetual erection. And my thought behind that, it confused me for a while, but I think he was one of the early users of Blue Chew, one of the best medications freely available for human males to fix erectile dysfunction, and you too can be like Osiris. But that link was always a fascinating one. I don't know, Tiger, with you and your history and understanding of human mythology and religion, perhaps you can best tell me how is it that these human erections, fertility, and food, how do they all come together?
It is a very interesting question, and I don't quite know. As someone who has only had a peripheral relationship with agriculture cults have not been a central focus. But I did meet a man who had a nearly perpetual erection on a Royal Caribbean cruise. We had a great time.
How great a time did you have with Erection Man?
A great time.
Gentlemen don't kiss and tell.
Indeed.
Have you or a loved one experienced adverse health effects after taking the drug petrosudopharmacronofil? If so, you may be entitled to legal compensation. Thousands of people have reported serious side effects, including migraines, thrombosis, sentient tumors, erectile reflux syndrome, and many, many more. But you don't have to suffer in silence. Our team of experienced attorneys is here to fight for your rights and pursue justice on your behalf. Do not let the pharmaceutical industry get away with putting profits over other people's health. If you have been harmed by petrosudopharmacronofil, take action today. End this script with a message emphasizing the importance of seeking legal help and standing up for one's rights.
There's what this makes me think of in their organization of food. They have these things called cookbooks. And there's a cookbook that I looked up early on in my attempts to integrate human society, but it was called the Anarchist Cookbook. And it was weird because
very few food recipes.
Yeah, there was not much cooking of anarchists or anarchists doing cooking.
But there was a lot of petroleum involved, for sure.
Yes.
So maybe this is the petroleum-based foods they were talking about.
But recently I found out there's a version 2 called the Anarchist's Phone Book. It's kind of archaic. And if you want to get in touch with someone and try and figure out how to cook with other anarchists, I believe that's how you get in touch with other anarchists. However, it's very difficult because it's not organized very well. It's haphazard and random and unpredictable, and there's a lot of missing places. There's a lot of missing names where you think there might be a name. But I've heard some things about the Anarchist's Phone Book.
How many of the numbers are associated with just for a good time call?
There's a lot of 6942069, things like that when I called them, it was disconnected. So I don't know if it's because it's older, back when they had phone books, or
Perhaps.
if it's an anarchist thing. I'm not sure.
There was one phone number in there I tried, and it phoned me through directly to the FBI.
I think that might be many of them.
Fascinating.
Tired of the daily grind, stresses, worries, fatigue, anxiety, sleeplessness, existential dread, fears of death, and feelings that you are a failure to the human race? Sounds like you need a vacation. Here on Alien Robot Tiger, we are proud to introduce our newest sponsor, Grand Galactic Tours. Travel to distant stars and watch the collision of two quasars while sipping on pina coladas and soaking up the ultraviolet radiation on the deck of our luxury cruise ship.
walk on extraterrestrial terrain, and mine your own living pet xenocrystal from the soils of Gali 667cc. Swim under the triple moon tides in low-gravity ocean waves of Zorgon 5. Dance with the stars in an all-glass space station orbiting a blue supergiant. Experience the hypnotic and bliss-inducing orchestras of the Orion space whales. Always wonder what Martian cuisine tastes like? Come find out, and more. Listeners to the ART podcast can use the code TOTHESTARS to receive a 2.5% discount on all services and packages. Book your interstellar vacation now. Rates may vary by location. Grand Galactic Tours is not responsible if you are kidnapped and tortured by Reavers.
So cycling back to food, what has any of this had to do with food?
I think humans, with their food, they like to integrate all sorts of things. Sometimes there's dancing or ritual or magic, or it can be music. There can be profane things and sacred things. One of the things that goes with food often is alcohol. And I have found while alcohol isn't refined right to operate me, and so it doesn't do much aside from burn away into the ethers, there's these interesting groups called Alcoholics Anonymous, where they actually take so much of this food byproduct or near product that they can't stop. But after going to some of those groups, I got hooked and I couldn't stop going to those groups. But fortunately, I found Alcoholics Anonymous anonymous. So if you or anyone you know is going to self-help groups and you're going to so many, it's just overwhelming your life and you just can't stop going to Overeaters Anonymous and Sex Predators Anonymous and Porn Anonymous and Video Games Anonymous, whatever it is, there's actually an anonymous group for you so you can break free of all those self-help groups.
Hello, humans. This is Alien, star of the award-winning podcast Alien Robot Tiger, an official galactic stunner. Here to introduce my newest line of female Homo sapien underwear, Alien Wears.
Opening shot of Alien, looking confident and stylish against a modern urban backdrop.
Introducing the epitome of sophistication, comfort, and empowerment for today's modern female Homo sapien.
Cut to close-up shots highlighting the underwear's features. Luxurious fabric, perfect fit, and chic design.
Our brand new line of female Homo sapien lingerie is tailored for the woman who embraces excellence in every facet of her life.
Show Alien moving gracefully and confidently, showcasing the underwear's flexibility.
Designed from opulent, breathable, living nanomaterials, our lingerie offers unparalleled comfort, ensuring you feel exquisite throughout the day.
Cut to shots of Alien wearing the lingerie in various styles and colors, emphasizing the diversity of choices available.
From timeless classics to avant-garde patterns, we offer an array of choices to complement your unique style and individuality.
Display a shot of the lingerie's delicate detailing and branding logo.
Our distinct Xeno craftsmanship ensures a snug fit that accentuates your curves, providing comfort, allure, and mystique.
Cut to scenes of Alien engaged in various daily activities, working in a science lab, socializing as an undercover spy, and relaxing in a hot tub.
Whether you're conquering the corporate world, enjoying a special night out, or simply unwinding at home, our lingerie effortlessly adapts to your every move.
Show a close-up shot of the lingerie's tag with the fabric composition.
Because we value quality, our lingerie is designed to endure, maintaining its elegance wash after wash.
Cut to a shot of Alien radiating confidence and grace.
Rediscover the confidence that stems from wearing the finest. Uncover Alien Wears. Female Homo sapien lingerie.
Display the brand name and tagline on the screen.
Upgrade your everyday with Alien Wears. Reserve your selection today. Yes, Alcoholics Anonymous. I did infiltrate their ranks once back in the 90s when I was attempting to infiltrate humanity, and it was a very interesting and at times quite terrifying and horrifying experience. One of the things that really off-put me about it was how bad everybody smelled at those groups, though, because alcohol when imbued into the human body, can produce some pretty nasty byproducts. But I found a solution to it. And when I went to one of these meetings, I was thinking, wait a minute, I'm friends with Elon Musk. A musk is a smell, and Elon Musk has his own brand of deodorant. So I took some of the special SpaceX Space Mars Ready Elon Musk's deodorant, handed it out to all the people at Alcoholics Anonymous, and they all smelled so fresh and so beautiful. It was like wandering through an ancient Babylonian garden full of roses and flamingos while high on meth and cocaine. It was a beautiful experience. They all had to go to Cocaine and Meth Anonymous afterwards, but I think I did make a big difference in those people's lives.
Are you worried about dying? Well, it's time to worry just a tiny bit less, since digital personal uploads are here. With Quantumime's patented new process, we'll store a retrievable copy of your personality matrix in our high-security data storage array. Suffer a TBI? Restore from your last upload. Get murdered? No problem. Download your personality into a new body again in only a few short hours. Use the discount code ROBOTOMY to get 25% off your first upload. At Quantumime, we've got your back. Up. Due to data limitations, only 3 to 5% of most personalities can be currently uploaded. Almost 97% of customers survive the process.
Oh, I thought that Elon Musk deodorant meant it smelled like Elon Musk.
It does. That is how Elon Musk smells.
I do not have the spectrometry capable of detecting smells on most of the time, and I have not been in his proximity, at least not physically. So,
well, when I take you to one of his facilities to get you cloned, you can meet him in person and, experience it for yourself.
I'm looking forward to it.
I always figured he'd smell like pot.
That's why the cocaine and meth kind of help hide the pot smell.
Gotcha. See. One thing I've always wondered about Elon is when he's going to get into the Android market. Because Tyrell Corporation has just cornered the market on Androids. And I don't see that changing anytime soon unless someone with the vision of Elon would, wedge his way in there.
Well, Robot, with you being the expert in markets, are there any upcoming companies that you can think of that might be able to dislodge them?
Well, I have heard that several tech companies, such as Apple, are planning on getting into that. But one thing I do know about is I still don't necessarily dream about electric sheep.
Hello, humans. In these globalist, cosmopolitan times that we live in, knowing how to speak multiple languages is an important and sometimes necessary skill. However, learning how to speak a new language can be hard and takes months, if not years, and ain't nobody got time for that. But now, with the help of xenotechnology, you don't have to. Introducing the Omnilator, with a new model made just for humans. Once installed, the device allows for free and easy speech in over 7,000 terrestrial languages and over 1 million extraterrestrial languages. Never before has non-psychic spoken communication been so easy. And now, with the help of our new FDA-approved autotracheotomy kit, you can install the device at home, pain-free and with no hassle. Visit omnilator.com.va and use the code gobbledygook to get a 10% discount on your first order. Availability may vary via location, batteries not included.
So, Tiger and Robot, I assume both of you have eaten a lot of human food and cuisine over your many years. From which region of the world does your favorite cuisine come from, and why do you love it so much?
I think my favorites have to be actually in the United States, places like Florida, and there's some kind of Midwestern states. And I didn't even go there for the food. I went there to test a new product. There's this new product, I don't know if you've heard about it, but mail-in voting and fake ID kits. So if you happen to be in a swing state, and you want to make sure that, increase the chances that someone you care about is going to be running the country, it's great, it's low cost, it's just a few payments of $99, and you can support socialism or dictatorship, depending on which side you fall on. And you can do it
as many times as you can afford. It's great. Almost as good as the food.
Awesome.
Greetings, ingenious architects of paperwork labyrinths. Bureaucrabot invites you to enhance your bureaucratic finesse with our exclusive monthly subscription service. With our monthly brilliance plan, endlessly refine public perceptions, foster controlled growth, and intricately weave endless webs of red tape, all at the ease of a monthly subscription. Join our community of excellence, a collective of astute bureaucrats exchanging secrets to endlessly obfuscate the simplest customer interaction and maximally reduce efficiency and oversight. Find our budget increases made easily newsletter. Seamlessly request additional resources irrespective of necessity. Bureaucrabot ensures your department will grow, whatever its scope, necessity, affordability, or relevance. Take our regulatory capture workshops. Flawlessly walk the revolving door with industry. Learn how to synergize department goals with external interests seamlessly, and reduce the conflict in conflicts of interests. Subscription fees may vary by nationality, department size, tax code, Fed funds rate, seasonality, numerology, diversity, and nominal budget surplus amortization. Act now and subscribe to Bureaucrabot Solutions, because brilliance is its own reward. Terms and conditions apply. By subscribing, you acknowledge that Bureaucrabot Solutions reserves the right to change any and all terms and conditions at any time without notice, including but not limited to pricing, services, and the color of the coffee mugs in the break room. Any resemblance to actual bureaucratic practices is purely coincidental. For a full copy of our terms and conditions, contact our home office. Not responsible for shipping costs of term files. Offer not available in North Korea, Transinitra, Nunavut, Podgorica, Yellowstone National Park, or the Marianas Trench. Please allow 1 to 7 months for subscription activation. Bureaucrat Solutions is not responsible for any customer satisfaction that may accidentally result of our product.
Something too, you were bringing up dictatorships and socialism, and what's quite common about dictatorships and socialism is that they often appeal to the atheist communities of humanity. And atheists have feelings too, and they care and worry about things in the world as well, which is why I've been starting a new brand recently alongside promoting Elon Musk's Musk, is atheist prayer flags, because atheists are worried about things too in the world, such as the war in Ukraine, the war in Hamas, and, whether or not they will win or lose the next American election. Atheists have feelings too. I think it's okay for them to pray to the universe that they pretend isn't alive and doesn't matter. So I figured atheists who, on one hand, talk about how the world's just dead and meaningless and just particles hitting each other, yet at the same time are convinced cosmologically that their universe, their way of the world, is cosmologically predetermined to beat all else out and become the wave of the future. There's absolutely no questioning about it. And the best way to show your commitment to the atheist cause and the unstoppable wave of progress that comes with it is to join with them in prayer for a new world order.
Do atheist prayer flags cancel out other flags? So if there's like a Buddhist prayer flag, can you put an atheist prayer flag next to it and they negate each other, or do they go different places?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Are you tired of your socks always disappearing in the dryer? Do you wish you could communicate with your houseplants on a deeper level? Well, do we have news for you? Introducing the Quantum Socculator. Yes, you heard it right. The Quantum Socculator. It's not just a sock organizer, it's a portal to another dimension where socks roam free and household plants hold philosophical debates. But wait, there's more. Order now and receive a free subscription to our monthly newsletter, The Mystical Musings of Mismatched Socks, where we explore the existential questions behind the sock disappearance and the secret lives of pet rocks. So don't wait another minute. Call now and unlock the mysteries of the universe with the Quantum Socculator.
Speaking of going different places and favorite foods, maybe not an all-time favorite because I've had lots of delicious human food over the years, but recently I tried for the very first time Outback Steakhouse.
Are you sick of having a torch-wielding mob flush you out of the jungle because you ate one little baby? Did you get to eat a human years ago and just can't get the taste out of your heart? Well, we have a treat for you. At Tiger Joe's, we are releasing a brand new flavor, human-flavored pork. A safe, easy, and all-organic way to get that human flavor we all know and love. Available for online purchase while supplies last. Safe human consumption. No humans were killed in the manufacture of this product.
Outback Steakhouse had one of the most succulent steaks I have eaten since I was last in Argentina.
When were you last in Argentina?
Like a few decades ago.
Oh, okay. So that's saying something. I mean, that
It's
time
saying
frame.
something.
If it had been last week, that'd be less of an endorsement.
Indeed, you are correct. It was a good steak.
Speaking of steaks, steaks are one of my favorite human foods to cook and eat myself. In fact, I would say that my diet, when it doesn't consist of various human placentas that have been discarded into the dumpsters, the steaks made by humans are some of my favorite foods. Particularly the way I like to do my steaks is to take an old pan, preferably one that comes from the state of Tennessee and has been used and probably not cleaned for about 30 years. It helps add to the funk. And to fry it with about half a stick to 3 sticks of butter. I like my sticks well done. I don't do any of the rare stuff. I like to sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese, some lemon thyme, and I like to then serve my steaks on top of some freshly cooked Eggo waffles with maple syrup and blueberries. It is a fantastic meal. I one time tried to go on a date with a human woman and serve this to her as the main dinner, and she told me afterwards it was an unforgettable experience. I never saw her afterwards, but I'm glad that I made her day.
Any humans at home who think it might be a good idea to try Alien's monstrous meal there, I don't recommend it.
Either the steak or the placentas.
More the steak in that manner.
Oh, okay.
I have to admit, I've not tried eating the steak and the placentas together. Perhaps I should next time. I will get back to you on that.
And Eggos. Can't forget the Eggos.
Exactly.
Introducing Peternatural. Is your pet's existential experience lacking depth? Upgrade their worldview with Peternatural, the premium philosophical enhancement for your furry friends. Pause and ponder. Watch as your pet contemplates the meaning of life with our exclusive guided meditations tailored for dogs, cats, and even hamsters. Pet-friendly philosophy. From Sartre for Schnauzers to Nietzsche for Newfoundlands, Peternatural delivers a curated selection of philosophical classics adapted for your pet's intellectual palate, except reptiles because they have no souls. Enlightenment in every bowl. Infused with cosmic wisdom, our specially formulated pet food guarantees a daily dose of existential enlightenment. Nourish their intellects along with their distasteful meat suits. Pet Ponder Playdates. Connect with other Peternatural enthusiasts at our monthly meetups. Share your pet's latest philosophical musings and discuss the inherent meaning behind chasing their own tails. With Peternatural, your pets will be the most equal of all the animals. Terms and conditions apply. By purchasing Peternatural, you acknowledge that your pet may develop a sophisticated taste for literature and may start calling you on your logical fallacies. Peternatural is not responsible for any pet-induced existential crises or attempts to establish a utopian society of enlightened animals.
Well, speaking of a well-oiled iron from Tennessee, if you're a straight shooter, you're not going to do much better than Smith & Wesson. So sometimes you want a steak that's so fresh you shot it yourself. And I can't recommend more because I'm contractually obligated and have a non-compete to recommend Smith & Wesson over any other manufacturer of things that murder people and things. So if you want to murder a person or a thing, get a Smith & Wesson.
Remington? More like Remingdom. Speaking of hunting, Tiger, why don't you tell us about some of your own hunting rituals to collect food and how do they compare and contrast with humans and their ways of gathering food?
Well, the most obvious, immediate example is that humans are troop pack sort of hunters, right? Like they do the endurance running thing. I'm more of a sneak up and pounce kind of predator. And I think it's really interesting seeing the differences and similarities between humans and other great apes in not only their hunting practices, but also their hierarchy. The silverback gorilla, if you will, proves their might not only by their strength and their aggression, but also by their age and the silver hair on their back. If you as a human want to prove your might and age as a hairy male, you could do what many humans are adopting around the world and using back hair dye. Dyeing your hair so your carpet matches the drapes.
You'd have a nice silver rope if you, like Captain Jack Sparrow, the truly historically accurate figure from an ancient place called Disneyland, as he famously said when asked how he escaped, he had made a rope. And they said, "Where'd you get the rope?" And he said, "Hair from my back." So now you can have a silver back hair rope.
Hello, humans. This is Alien, star of the hit podcast Alien Robot Tiger, an official galactic stud. Here to introduce to you my newest line of men's underwear, Alien Wears.
Opening shot of Alien looking confident, wearing Alien Wears boxer shorts, standing against a modern urban backdrop.
Introducing the ultimate in comfort, style, and confidence for today's modern male Homo sapien.
Cut to close-up shots, highlighting the underwear's features. High-quality fabric, snug fit, and fashionable design.
Our brand new line of male Homo sapien underwear is engineered for the man who demands the best in every aspect of his life.
Show Alien moving comfortably and freely, demonstrating the underwear's flexibility.
Crafted from premium, breathing, and breathable xenofabric, our underwear offers unbeatable comfort that keeps you feeling fresh, dry, and moisturized all day long.
Cut to shots of the underwear in various styles and colors, emphasizing the range of choices available.
From classic designs to bold and trendy prints, we've got the perfect pair to match your style and personality.
Display a shot of the underwear's waistband with the brand logo.
Our signature waistband ensures a secure fit that stays in place, no matter how active or how spicy your day gets.
Cut the scenes of Alien doing his daily activities, working out, piloting his spacecraft, fighting on a scorched battlefield, and relaxing at home.
Whether you are conquering the boardroom, the bedroom, hitting the gym, or just unwinding after a long day, our underwear moves with you.
Close-up shot of the underwear's tag with the fabric composition.
And because quality matters, our underwear is made to last, wash after wash after wash.
Cut to a scene of Alien smiling confidently as he turns to wink at the camera.
Rediscover the confidence that comes with wearing the best. Discover Alien Wears, male Homo sapien underwear.
Display the brand name and tagline on the screen.
Upgrade your everyday with Alien Wears. Order your pair today.
So if you find yourself on a desert island and you're looking at building a raft with turtles and back hair, but you have a broken repair kit, there is nothing better to bring with you on a trip than a repair kit. Because what happens when your repair kit busts? Like, that could be a calamity. Then everything else is unfixable. You just decay into entropy and gross, non-technological dysfunction. But with a repair kit, you can repair your repair kit so you can repair everything else.
Amazing. The ingenuity of people these days, and all these days, actually. Going back to the differences between human hunting and, say, tiger hunting, nowadays, the way humans hunt is they go to this acre-sized giant construct, and they go under the blue paneling and push this metal cage that sometimes they put their young in, and then they wheel it around through this place that sells things to wrap themselves in and things to put in their houses. But nowadays, Walmart is one of the main places discerning customers without a lot of money or taste go in order to get their, well, everything, really. Walmart not only sells a perfectly functional, occasionally nutritional line of grocery goods, but you can also pick up some clothing that will not decay so quickly that you can't donate it to a thrift store before it's destroyed. So even poorer people can have it. And you can even buy a repair kits and back hair dye.
And the atheist prayer flags.
Atheist prayer flags, yeah. They're non-denominational, except they only take US dollars generally, and food stamps. So I'd say that's one of the biggest differences in human cultivation and how they hunt is now most humans go to a grocery store such as Walmart and procure their goods there, and often have zero connection between where that all came from, which is fascinating.
Benjamin Franklin, Isaac Newton, Francis Bacon. What secret power did they possess? How does any man or woman achieve greatness? Is it not by having a great teacher? Learn otherworldly secrets, attune yourself to eldritch spheres, learn the wisdom of divine madness. The Miskatonic Fellowship Tutoring Service. Get paired with an unfathomable horror from another dimension to deepen your knowledge of the universe. Learn from experts in non-Euclidean geometry, blasphemous alchemies, cacophonous grammar, and the tenebrous arts. Nowhere else can you find constant personalized attention from your new phantasmal companion. A certificate of completion entirely inscribed with the blood of a she-goat. Pay as you learn tuition. Flexible ceremony hours with an amulet of time switch. Reach out today and we will give you a 33.3-minute consult to answer any questions you might have. Want to find out more? Just search miskatonicU.edu/tutoring. That's miskathelponicu.edu/tutoring.
Speaking of grocery stores and food, whenever I think of those two combined, I always think about McDonald's. Incidentally, there's always a McDonald's inside every Walmart I've ever come across. And McDonald's is a really fascinating example of the evolution of human food, where when it came to the animal meats they used to have, as you said, they used to hunt animal meat, but now instead they keep all the animals in these tiny little cages, smaller than the cages that they keep their own children in. And they basically force feed them until they expand to sizes way beyond nature or God ever meant for those creatures to be. And then they keep them in these dark, dank, not dank in the way you think it is, but these dark, dank, smelly, like office space. They kind of remind me of like the office spaces that humans work in their corporate jobs, but they slaughter them in mass inside of these houses. And then they run their bodies through these machinery and then shoot out basically paste on the other end. And that's kind of how humans hunt their meat now. And it's been a very fascinating and strange evolution to watch, and slightly horrifying as well.
Also, if you have a synthetic, robotic, android-ish body, that paste makes excellent lubricant.
Good to know.
Greetings, humans. This is Alien. Are you tired of your neighbor's pets wreaking havoc on your backyard? Do you dream of a peaceful night's sleep without the serenade of barking dogs or meowing cats or screeching gerbils? Well, fear not, for here at Alien Robot Tiger, we have the solution for you. With our brand new pet abduction service, you can bid farewell to your pesky neighbor's furry friends in a flash. Simply contact us with the GPS location, DNA, and biomarkers of your targeted animal. And with our automated state-of-the-art abduction drones, we will whisk away those fluffy troublemakers into an inaccessible phantom zone dimension where they can frolic and play to their heart's content.
Oh no, has anybody seen Fluffy? She has vanished into thin air. Hey, Mr. Jingles has gone missing. How will I live without him?
But wait, there's more. Act now, and we will throw in a complimentary mind wipe for your neighbor, for free, ensuring that they never suspect a thing.
Thanks, Alien. With my neighbor's Chihuahua gone, I can finally enjoy some peace and quiet.
So, what are you waiting for? Say goodbye to noisy pets and say hello to tranquility. With Alien's Pet Abduction Service, contact us now and let your path to peace begin. Terms and conditions may apply. As of now, only 13 species of pets are available for abduction targets. Alien Robot Tiger are not responsible for damages caused to any human children the abduction drones might mistake for pets.
The good news about this podcast is you can listen to it all over the world. So no matter what cuisine you like, then you can hear us talk about cuisine anywhere. With some exceptions, some countries, they just want to get up in your business and you're trying to get online and listen to podcasts about whatever this is about, and you get blocked. But what I recommend is NordVPN. So if you are in one of those places like North Korea or China, where the CCP or the Il family, what is it? Is their name Il? Kim Jong-il? If you happen to be in a place where Xi Jinping or someone named Kim is stopping you from going out and accessing stuff, then NordVPN. Also, if you want to trade cryptocurrency and you live in a country that is classified as criminal, places like North Korea and Russia and the United States, you can use NordVPN and get your fat airdrops.
And speaking of listening to our podcast or other podcasts, I think the best place to be listening to our podcast is in your car, specifically while driving to McDonald's. And I think the best car that you should drive would be a car made by the Ford Motor Company, one of the oldest car manufacturers in the US and still the leader of finely manufactured cars until maybe several decades ago.
This weirdest and probably horniest episode of ART brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
All right, folks. Well, I think that's been enough for this long and wonderful and winding adventure through Wonderland about human food. This has been ART. We didn't sell out, we bought in. See you later.
Bon appetit.
And how?
Ciao.
Imagine you, instilled with the dangerous elegance of a tiger, prowling through the dark. The human crowd parts before you like the understory of the jungle. You catch her scent, and she catches yours. The hunt is just beginning, but you both know how it will end. Crimson Roll, scent of power and confidence, available now. Visit tigermusk.com to order your bottle or find a retailer near you. Crimson Roll, because you deserve to roll.
Hey, are you Homo sapiens? Do you listen to podcasts? Then we've got a podcast for you. Try out Alien Robot Tiger, a show not really about aliens, robots, or tigers, but about all sorts of other things, we promise. Look us up on your favorite podcast app